fine for the culture.
Mm-hmm. Let me get that. Let a little black boy watching TV see himself somewhere. And that's why, even though, despite what Bill Cosby did, the Cosby Show in a different world was single-handedly responsible for sending black kids to fucking college, bro.
Yeah.
Because we didn't even see niggas doing that. We saw it on the TV. I didn't want ass whippings no more. I wanted to go on trial like Theo. Remember when Theo got in trouble and they put that nigga on trial? I was like, damn, I want to do the court. I could represent myself. I think I could get myself out of this. You know what I'm saying? My mom wasn't having that. She said, go get that fucking belt. So when you see black people doing dope stuff, it inspires you to do dope stuff just because of the fact you saw somebody make it. And think about that, man. When you don't see people in those positions, where does it keep you?
That's why there's not very many. I don't think there's any shows like that.
And it's on purpose.
I barely can find a show like that.
It's on purpose. I sat there and watched Black Lightning, man. All the CW shows are cheesy as fuck. But Black Lightning was mad decent. Like, I was so shocked that they touched on so many black issues. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, dog, that's Disney.
I actually like that.
I was shocked that they touched on so many black issues. I don't know what black writers they got in the room, but that shit was excellent. That shit was excellent, bro.
They definitely touched on the struggle.
You know what I'm saying?
Of being a black icon.
Bruh, that shit is so...
Because he was fighting. He was like, hey, look, man, that pressure that I got to be...
That's some real shit. I gotta
carry because I'm black.
Yeah.
Just alone.
That was some real shit. And then it also answered the age-old question, like, what would happen if we had like a black Superman or a black superhero? Because that black dude on the show, I can't think of his name at the moment, but he was the first Captain America. Remember?
Yeah.
They said they gave him the super soldier serum. He took it. It worked. He did the same thing. He went back, rescued his people, got him out, and then they arrested that nigga and locked him up in the lab.
And
they gave the shit to Cap. Yeah. Cap did the same thing. American hero.
Because he was black. He said it. He said, you really think I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna show my face as a black superhero? They're not gonna like that.
That shit was real. I said, damn. But let me show you, it was too real for me because, again, that man had to fake his own death and hide so that people stay out his fucking business and they don't keep him locked up in the lab, right? But now Falcon, Anthony Mackie, who is now Captain America, also comes back and gets his statue put up in the Captain America Museum. Symbolic shit. And a symbolic award with no change. You see what I'm saying? So the show was written so real that I was impressed. And I also was like, suck my dick, you bitch ass niggas. Fuck that, yo.
Then they put it in a room where nobody can see the shit. They put the statue. He was like, come on, I got to show you something. He went through mad
niggas
doors.
Walked 40 doors, went to the back by the custodial lounge and was like, yeah, here you go.
Here you go. Nobody was walking by that shit.
This nigga shed a single thug tear.
He said, wow. There's nobody else back there, though. Who's going to see this?
Nobody. Because nobody gives a fuck. Because he's black.
They almost got it.
No, they did it. They did it so well that it was real.
They almost got
it.
Almost.
Shit.
I was like, damn. And then I said, yo, why is this statue at the back of the damn museum?
The shit is so bad. The shit is so bad that even in a fantasy world, we can't get change.
We cannot.
God damn it.
That is 100%.
If that doesn't frustrate you and make you want to punch somebody in the face, I don't know what will. It's to the point now, nigga, I can't even enjoy anime. Anime is one of my favorite pastimes. And I'm watching...
You probably triggered from the
I'm watching Record of Ragnarok. And it's a show where the gods, all of the gods, any deity that's ever existed in life is in this show. And all of mankind is in this show. And what happens is the guys decided that the humans got to get eradicated. And a Valkyrie came and said, no, we should fight for it in a tournament style. Because any anime always has a tournament, right? So the guys is 12 gods versus 12 human beings. The human beings are using the Valkyries as their weapons so they could stand toe to toe with the gods. And they're going to fight. First fight, not to spoiler alert for this show if you're an anime nerd or you want to watch the show on Netflix. The first fight is Thor versus Lu Bu from Chinese history, right? Mm-hmm. He was in all the Dynasty Warrior games, all the Samurai Champion games, and this nigga was always a beast. in every game. Like, this nigga comes through and spears 20 people at once, like at ease. He fights Thor. Thor wins that fight, right? The second fight is Adam of Adam and Eve, the first man.
Versus Zeus.
Adam is a white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired man with a little leaf on. Eve is a white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired woman with 3 leaves on, covering her body. So then they rewrote history and said that Eve didn't eat the apple because she was fooled by the snake. The snake ate the apple. Then they went on trial, lost the case, and then got banished from paradise.
And I remember you said it's a dope show, but you're going to be triggered.
You're going to be triggered.
I said, what is he talking about? So when they got to that part,
you was like,
I said, oh, what in the damn snake was literally trying to take Eve's body.
Right.
And so he was like, oh, if I can't have you,
nobody can. And he bit the apple and was like, God, look what she did.
Look what she did. Then they went to a trial.
And I said, wait a minute. So you know what? At this point, you know what I'm saying? People in Japan made this show. I'm not mad that they made believe Adam was a white man, because that's what they were taught in Christianity over there, right? So I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even triggered at this point. Adam and Zeus fight, and then Adam starts losing, and all of humanity is present at this fight. They pan and show the audience, which is all of humanity, and they say all of humanity is praying for their father and giving him encouragement and power. There was not a single black face in the fucking audience.
Dark skin, nothing.
The darkest face I saw was it was a Middle Eastern man, because he had a turban on.
Oh yeah,
that was it.
That was it.
But I'm talking about the entire human race is present at this tournament, and there's not a single black person in the crowd.
Not one.
I was so close to turning that shit right the fuck off. I swear to God.
The only thing that kept me was the fight. It was a dope fight.
As an anime nerd, I kept watching it. You know what I'm saying?
But looking at the whole context of that whole scenario, when they said all of humanity, there was not one.
A single black person in the crowd.
Not one.
That is ridiculous, my G.
All of humanity?
All of them was there. But none of us wasn't. So maybe they're saying something. Maybe they're saying we're not humans. I don't know. I don't know how to take it. But either way, through my angry black man lens, I felt the way, and I almost didn't finish the fucking show.
Like I said, that theory that I had, I still feel like what was it? The 12. It was the 12. Fuck.
The Valkyries?
No.
What?
Remember the dude that they backed that Zeus named his
move
after?
Yeah.
I still think he was portrayed as a black person.
Yeah, he's talking about, his name was, what was it, Adonis? Adamus, something like that. He was Zeus and Poseidon's brother, and he was green. Like, he wasn't even black. He was green with like red face paint.
Yeah, he was looked at as like the outcast.
Right.
And then come to find, when he grows up, they ended up banishing him.
Right.
And Poseidon killed him.
Murked that nigga immediately.
And they erased him from history.
Right.
As if he never existed. And then Zeus went and named one of his finishing moves after him.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
And I still think that, I think he was a black person.
Either way, man.
Tried to erase from history.
Either way, that's how it happened. Think about a show from the 90s like Doug. I used to fucking love Doug. Doug was white. Right?
Straight.
His best friend Skeeter was clearly black. But that nigga was blue. Why the fuck couldn't he just be brown?
They said, hey, you don't like that? Watch Hey Arnold.
But then people say, I remember somebody tried to argue with me. It was a black dude too, defending white people. He was like, but Roger was green. I said, but Roger Klotz, right? What is he, German or something?
Something like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But here's the thing, at the time when you was watching Doug, you wasn't, I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that.
You wasn't thinking like that. Until you got older, and then you started getting around people who had that mindset, and then you start looking at it like,
there's some bullshit. But now what I will say, and I brought this up in school one time at ODU in the communications class I was in, I didn't used to be embarrassed about cartoons. You remember Tom and Jerry?
Right. Yeah.
Remember when that big black lady was like they owner, and she used to be like Thomas.
Yeah.
And she used to come walking, and her ankles was all fat,
apron on,
and she had the fucking socks with the holes in them.
You never saw her face.
Never saw her face, but you knew she was black because her ankles was black and her hands were black. Mm-hmm. And I was like 5 years old. And when that lady used to come on the screen, I used to feel real embarrassed. Like, damn, why her socks fucked up? Mm. I'm supposed to be focused on this cat and his mouse killing each other. But as a 5-year-old kid, I'm sad that this lady got holy socks and she sound ignorant as shit.
And that's how they portray
the whole time. So it's been going on. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a thing. And that's trash.
And that stems from them old cartoons back in the day.
Oh, we ain't even gonna get into those racist ass cartoons.
They just
fucking
kept it at
Steamboat Willie, nigga. Yo.
They just kept it at a bare minimum for whatever the network it was on.
Howdy, all that nigga, please, man. But that's what I'm saying, dog. It's fucked up. And now it's 2021 and it's still the same.
Still the same.
That's the part that makes me mad.
I told you, this universe will perish long before some shit.
Next point, black people being last in line, last on the totem pole, right? When I say that, I'm saying that every other group of people seem to be getting things in their favor except for us, right? So the civil rights movement started back in the 60s. It ended in 69, right? No change for us. You know, there's still a lynching law in place in most states.
I'm not surprised.
Where people are still allowed to lynch a black man if they want to, or a black woman. When I keep saying black man, I'm including women as well. Because if you're black, you feel this. Mm-hmm. And women feel it double because you're black and a woman. Mm-hmm. So don't think I'm counting y'all out, ladies. But my shit is, we can't even get the lynching laws taken out of the law books, right? And I'm not trying to be insensitive or take anything away from any other group. But 8 Asian cosmetologists get killed by a white man, which seems to slip past everybody's mind. Mm. And within 3 weeks of that crime happening, an Asian hate bill gets passed in the U.S. immediately. Meaning, when you know something is a hate crime, you literally probably get 3 times the punishment you would normally get.
Right.
So, what? That one crime triggered all of that? But we have literally been dying on TV in real life for years. Yo, even if we don't go back to the 60s, let's take it back to like 1992. When your man's got beat down in Watts. What's your man name?
Rodney King.
Rodney fucking King. Let's start from there. Just to give people a standpoint. Let's start from Rodney fucking King, yo. It's filmed. This nigga is getting his ass beat by LAPD. All we want is justice for the cops that did that bullshit to him. What happened to those cops? Not a goddamn thing. Niggas burned the city down, right? Because that's how we felt. We felt like we needed to burn the city down. That's always our reaction to when shit don't go our way. All of the constant police brutality videos, I'm to the point where I can't watch them anymore. I don't want to take that energy on anymore, but I'm tired of hearing the names and I'm tired of the situation. Mm. But nothing has changed. Yeah. But guess what? Imagine if the U.S. passed a black people hate bill, right? Where you would get 3 times the time for killing a black person.
Key word here is imagine if the U.S.
Bruh. So my thing is,
America is fucking garbage.
Niggas taking it to an extreme, talking about police reform and defunding the police. We need the fucking police, right? You need, like, black people don't trust the police because they kill us all day. But who the fuck are you going to call when an emergency really jumps off if we get rid of the police? So that's not the answer. But if we put a bill in place where the cop would get 3 times the punishment if they draw their gun and shoot us, I think that would make them think a couple of times before they draw that gun and shoot us. So you're literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Make black people semi-untouchable, and then the police will have to respect us more when they pull up to a scene.
Now that may happen. But there's I want to say there's a certain percentage with that bill in place.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna find some way, because the same people that wrote it, the new bill, it's gonna have loopholes.
Because